forgotten that.
Hey, welcome back to Mystics Outlook. We spoke to you guys a little bit earlier from Mystics pregame. We got
You're on
Cardo
mute.
Dudley Jr.
You're on mute.
Oh, can you hear me? Okay, hold on 1 second, guys. Sorry about that.
I can hear you now.
All right, sorry about that with the difficulties. Cardell, you can hear me?
Yep.
All right, back. Well, you're in the building. Thank you for joining us again. Washington Mystics, they go down 17, furiously fight back to get in the game, and a couple little things late cost them what could have been a nice win at home. Uh, what was it like down the stretch there? And then I guess just your thoughts on them getting out of that 17-point hole.
Uh, um. Well, one, they showed toughness. That's what I spoke about in the pregame, being a lot more tougher mentally and physically than what they showed in Atlanta. Um, Self-inflicted wounds, man. Self-inflicted wounds beat them. Defensive breakdowns, just sloppy turnovers, trying to dribble between three people to force something to happen. Um, they had the game and they gave it back to the Fever with some self-inflicted things. You know, the turnover by Shakir, um, which led to the Fever getting another crack at it. After Citron got him up too. That last play where Caitlin Clark hit the game-winning three, it was a mix-up defensively between Sonia Citron and Cody McMahon. Cody McMahon was guarding Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark set a screen baseline screen on, I think, Lexi Ho, and Sonia Citron was on Lexi Ho. And the screen, it looked like Ho was about to get free. And Cody McMahon was pointing like, switch, switch, switch. But Citron was saying, no, you go. And you could tell the Fever didn't see Caitlin Clark right away. They didn't see her right away because it was delayed with the inbound pass when she popped open. So at the last second, Cody McMahon had to run all the way from the opposite down there, the opposite block, run all the way out the three-point range. When she messed up out, the pass was so slow, she almost stole it. She was fingertips within range, right? And she was that close. What messed things up, she gambled. If she would have just ran out there and just played solid defense, it would have been a much tougher shot for Caitlin. Maybe she's still shooting, she make it. Maybe she pump fake, figure out, whatever. But she would have gave herself a better chance to possibly get that stop with the time clicking down. And that's what you saw. And it's just another example of what's been plaguing them all season. You know what I mean? Those defensive breakdowns, like why switch? Why are you switching? Sonia's right there. Follow your man. What are you doing? Unless the coach told them to switch and Sonia messed up. Only they know that was in the huddle. Again, Shakir, you gave him the go-ahead basket. Then you try to go back in again and you try to dribble between three people. Why? Just sloppy turnovers, man. And yeah, you kept giving them chances to beat you, and they eventually did, man. And that's the difference with the pros. In college, you might have been able to hold on because they have the same self-inflicted wounds. The pros, you keep giving the team to beat you, they be like, okay, fine, and you must want to lose, and we'll get you up out of there. Tail of two halves, they had 10 turnovers in the first half. That's why they were down so big. Second half, 5 turnovers. Fortunately, a couple came crunch time, and that was the difference in the game, man. They showed a lot of fight, especially when Kiki went down. Hopefully, it's nothing serious. She could bounce back. Kiki's tough as they come. You don't see her kind of just limping off the court like that unless it's something really concerning. I'll say concerning, not serious about it, because we don't know, but concerning. So, that's what it is. Positives. Georgia Amore got in a rhythm. I think this is her best game to me this season. With her scoring, the facilitator still gotta get the turnovers down. Still gotta get the turnover. You can't have 4 assists or 3 turnovers. That ratio is just not good enough. You know what I mean? She also had a sloppy play. She just didn't get paid for it, where she tried to strip Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark went to the line, missed both free throws. That was just play sound defense. Just move your feet, wall up. She make the shot. She make the shot. She should. She's 6 feet. You're 5'6", 5'7". You know what I mean? It's just little habits, man, that inexperienced players make, and yeah, and it is it's biting them, man. They right there. If they clean up those mistakes, the record is flipped. You know what I mean? So they got to keep going back to the drawing board. Got to keep working at it and try to come back in here on Friday against the Tempo. Try to clean these things up. Try to get another W.
Yeah, I'm with you. In the timing of those little things, like not only that, the timing of them, and when they mess up, it's just costly. Like it costs them in a way it may not cost other folks. Is you know down the stretch, like the last 3 4 possessions of the game, it looked like they were going to pull it out, and like you mentioned, you had a turnover. All right, that miscommunication late, and then a rookie just gambling when, like you said, I feel confident if Cody gets there. I'm with you. It would be a tougher shot. Um, when they were in position, they did play fairly good defense tonight, but a youngster gambles in that moment, and you give a wide open shot to a very good 3 point shooter. But yeah, it stunk because they went down 17. I think you said 10 turnovers in the first half, 6 were in the first quarter, just
Yep.
fueling the other team. And again, these are things we continually get on here and say, and I look forward to when we don't talk about it as much because it means they fixed them. I also thought they got good contributions from the youngsters off the bench tonight. It wasn't nothing like huge, no double digit scores or anything, but I thought Lauren was impactful in her minutes. I know Cody didn't shoot it well, but she was impactful as hell in her minutes. 7.7 boards, the 3 assists. It sucks because I mean we're gonna remember the gamble late. Doesn't reflect. I thought she had a solid game. Dulich had another solid game. 7 5, 2 steals, a block. Like there's something there, and I'm sure it'll grow as the season goes on. But while you're growing, you can't keep helping teams put you out of there. This was like a textbook example of how to how to get in your own way late in this game. After showing tremendous mental toughness to walk down the 17-point lead. Like there was a stretch there in the third quarter when they went 7 minutes and only turned the ball over once, which speaks volumes of what you were just saying about the record possibly being flipped. Imagine how many more stretches or what games, what results look like if there's several of those stretches instead of the stretches of 6 turnovers in a quarter, 5 turnovers in a quarter, 10 turnovers in a half. Like it's literally killing them, and it's just been super costly. Player of the game for you.
I mean, you gotta give it to Caitlin. 19 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds. Not her best night, but she redeemed herself, man. She missed those clutch free throws, and they been attacking her all night. That's how they got back in the game. Just kept constantly trying to attack her, mismatches, cross matches, pick and rolls, force her to switch so they can attack her. And when the game was on the line, she not only hit that damn D3, man. That one ain't even touch rim. Cold blooded, man. She got a lot of flaws, but she got a lot of strengths too, man. So, yeah, man, you gotta give it to
Xfactor for you in this one.
her. Uh, you can go one or two ways. I mean, I give it to Aaliyah Boston because she was the steady presence inside. Um, she kept Shakira unchecked. She had 14 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists. Uh, Her 5 turnovers were tough. Her and Shakira kind of canceled each other out in a sense, but they basically had the same numbers in a sense. But she had a little edge in points and the edge in rebounds, and she was more efficient than Shakira. So I think she was just a steady force when they couldn't really score, or when Kelsey scored a lot, but she was struggling with fouls and all that. And then defensively, well, no, defensively she was on point. I ain't gonna lie, but she was so on point physically. She was picking up fouls, and that kind of messed up, her rhythm. But I give it to Leah because they needed that inside production to kind of counteract what the miss was doing. Because when Michaela stepping up, when Kiki going out, they needed some inside press to get them easy baskets until the Fever started getting going with shots.
All right, we got a few comments in here. When we get out of here, as always, it's Area 11 team time. So we thinking Juju or Hainer asking that question, LOL, after game 10. Followed that.
Got a week or so, man. Got a week or so, man.
This team is genuinely frustrating. They did enough to contend seriously, but also don't want to play and develop our rookies.
I mean, Lauren Best played 12. She could have played more. She a +1. That's for a reason. When she was playing, they were up. I mean, just because her numbers ain't bad, don't mean like other factors. It's like we gotta get them in. Then, so Dougalish played 17 minutes. Cody McMahon played 21. You can say Georgia's a rookie. This is her first year, 29. They are playing. They did play. So you can't say they're not playing and developing rookies. Man, they gotta learn through the fire. They made it clearly. They made a decision to go this route. Got to deal with the growing pains, man. It is what it is, and they're clearly talented enough. Otherwise, they would be old for. Nah, they just beating themselves. They beating themselves with bad habits, silly mistakes that veteran players know better than to make, and it's an adjustment.
And we need. I'm sorry, there was a second part of that, and we need to play our rookies because we have at least one or two possible cornerstone pieces. But like discuss that. Go ahead.
Player over who? Kiki and Shakira, that's not happening. She can't play the wing. It is what it is.
Loved how they decided to come in and be aggressive, assertive in this one.
Shit, they had no choice after what they did in Atlanta. They better come out. Shoot, we be like, man, we need to check free agency, see what's out there. We need to get some players with some heart. They're gonna keep playing like this.
Lauren needs more minutes, and Cody just needs to stay aggressive, and eventually it will click. Dukes is solid.
Lauren got to get up and down the floor. She had a productive day, but she's being consistent. And Cody need to learn how to slow down. I mean, stay aggressive, but slow down because she had some. She's so out of control. She missed the key layup, late turnovers, and that aggressiveness. That was her that got the bad gamble when she was yelling the switch. That was her. You gambling and she got out there, but you wasn't out there quick enough. And you missed that pass, and you left for Caitlin Clark wide open for the three. Can't happen. That's a rookie mistake. Just go out there and play solid defense. Like, you want to shoot this over me. Like, and then you took a bad gamble. Even you was out of position defensively. Like, you can gamble still be in front. Like, you could have ran out there and had your hand up with the left hand. She ran out there with the right hand. The pass is coming through. Now you totally out the picture. Where if you went out there with the left hand, you missed it. You could stop, pivot, and try to get back and try to contest. So it's cool to be aggressive, but you got to be under control with the aggressiveness. Otherwise, you're just out of control. And mistakes happen because of that.
Last one I think we have. I feel like it's time for some changes on offense because this whole forcing out bigs to be decision makers, forcing our bigs, I guess, to be decision makers ain't working. Also need some better downhill play from guards.
Okay, so since you said that, let's go to the facts. We don't do all the assumptions. Shakira Austin, no doubt, man. 2 points. She leads the team with 2.8 turnovers for sure. But Citron is second, coming in 2.5 turnovers a game. On your way perimeter, 2.4 turnovers a game. Georgia Moore, 2.2 turnovers a game. Everybody else are only averaging 1 turnover. So 3 of the top 4 are perimeter players. So if you can't go off assumptions, we gotta go off a fact. If most of the turnovers are coming from our perimeter, we gotta play through our bigs because they ain't making good decisions either. So this is a total team thing that they all need to clean up, man. Like, this ain't just a couple players. They all have their moments where it's just like, what are y'all doing, man?
Yo, and that was something I think after last game, Ray brought up was talking about as a whole, they have to do a better job like completing simple passes as a team because we, like you said, we've had different, even going by box scores after different games. You can just throw darts at the board. Sometimes it's the focus. Sometimes it's literally just the backcourt. Other games, it's the entire front court. Some games it's a huge mix, but the sad part, not the sad part, but the bottom line is they turn the ball over too much as a whole, where we can even go through and talk about that. This game might have been this position group, this quarter might have been that position group. The overlying issue is they turn the ball over way too much, and it's the issues they have just cost them dearly on a regular basis. Um, you can't start a game at home, turn the ball over 6 times in the first quarter, and be okay. You literally helped engineer the deficit you climbed out of. And then you climb out of it and late, you have a couple turnovers. And even with even outside of turnovers, I would just say from a decision making standpoint, they just have to improve as a whole.
Absolutely, man. Look, got a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do.
But that's it for tonight. We'll check it with you guys Friday when they host the Tempo. Appreciate y'all as always.